Welcome to another episode of the People's Mic. I am Jimmy Peoples. Introduce yourself. Yeah, we have real audience. Like he's about it.
Real audience.
Yeah. 4,000 more of him, and this thing is going to be through the roof. Like the potential. Look at that potential.
Yeah.
I could afford lunch.
Man.
And he can replicate the sound of the audience, you know? It sounds like a
Black guy?
tape.
Black guy?
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans are so supportive. They're like, hey, Papi! I'm so going. I'm so going to South America and just running shit. If I could do that there, man, introduce yourself.
I'm Kevin Kham.
Kevin Kham.
Zach Benzing.
Benzing. You always look like
I just woke up.
like a cop who's just you just got you just quit your job. You just out of town, just drinking.
I know.
Not giving a shit.
Yeah, I got like 2 weeks before
Public
I die,
drinking. You about to fucking give up the badge and the gun.
I know. Yeah.
It's pretty much that, except without the cop thing.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
I make about as much as the cop.
Just quit. Yeah, fuck. It doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
You don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
2:00 in the afternoon.
Quit my job. Just been chilling.
Repping your college.
I didn't even go to Texas.
You didn't go to Texas.
I just like Vince Young. Going to the Texas game
When's
tonight.
the last time Vince Young played for Texas? This was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was a great time. I think that was the last time I was sober.
For basketball? It's just basketball season,
No,
right?
yeah, I know, but yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. They let you in? Yeah, you want to talk about someone that looks like a waste.
Yo, but Sandra looks like he's
he
living in
doesn't.
his
Don't
own
give it to
cartoon. Yeah, slide over, bring a chair.
When people say nice things about it.
No.
I was just plugging your
I like
podcast.
when you sit here.
Yeah, I just got done.
How long
He's doing it tonight.
Oh, yeah, you're coming over.
Oh, yeah.
See if we can get you in the camera.
So guys,
slide to your right, just a hair. Don't fall off the stage.
Dr. Bojangles at your service.
Oh, can I move it? I'm stuck. Are we good? Yeah, slide that back. Pull the hair back if you could.
Oh, this guy's the man. He already knows everything.
He is the man.
How much you paying him?
Not enough. Not enough.
Yeah.
You're about to be head of tech right now.
I work for Adobo.
Fuck Adobo. Man, once we get sponsored. Sandra, did you introduce yourself, Sandra?
Yep, Dr. Bojangles, baby.
It's back.
Sadra, you always have a fresh cut, but the top never changes. It's always on the
I
side.
just got a cut today.
That's his character, though. That's the
And
character.
you washed it too. Look at that poof.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
I took a shower.
Use some conditioner.
Yeah.
I like
Nice.
it. I like it.
Yeah,
what's going on in your life? You had it to be continued.
Yeah,
All
right, let's get into that then. Well, there's just like a lady for you. You guys weren't here yesterday. I was
Do the
on night.
recap.
So I met a lady on Saturday. We were connected. There was a vibe, you know. So as we're partying on the subway, I say, "Let me get your number." Get her number.
I saw one today, actually.
You saw a lady?
Yeah. She's a little young, but I was like,
That's never stopped you.
No, it made me think of you, and I was like, I just admired from afar.
So anyway.
Is that a compliment to him?
Yeah, just admire from afar.
Yeah.
Reminded me of you.
So yeah,
Wait,
I got those sweet tits. No.
Yeah. Great legs, and that white Asian I like.
So we were talking on the mic. I was a little peeved because I messaged her. I say, Sarah, you want to go to a comedy show tomorrow? This is Kevin. No response.
Okay.
Right. So the whole day I'm a little. I'm like, this fucking bitch. But then later that night, Jimmy.
That night. All right.
She
What's
said,
the excuse? There's the excuse.
No,
Here we go. Fuck, that night?
When she was done.
Okay, I sent it at 1 p.m. She responds 5 p.m.
5 p.m. 4 hours.
4 hours.
Okay.
She said, and so this was Saturday. I didn't message her until yesterday,
Okay.
which was Monday,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
She says, "Hey!" exclamation mark. I was wondering if I'd hear from you. Lol.
Well, why the fuck did it take you 4 hours to respond to my motherfucking text?
Very
Sarah?
true. So then she says, "Sadly, I can't tomorrow evening.
Probably
I'm
work.
free other nights of the week / weekend. If there are other shows." I say,
That's the cop off.
so that's the yeah.
That's the gentle push away.
So then I respond, and I'm like, I don't know what's a. I say there's a show on Thursday night. My friend hosts. It's a chill spot in Bushwick. She lives in Bushwick.
I give her my whole schedule. Like a bullshit schedule for every fucking show. It's like, pick one. These are all my shows.
And then I said, and then to respond to the first thing, she said, "I'm wondering if you." I said, I think this was my mistake. I said, "Haha, I would have texted you earlier. I just didn't have an excuse yet." Which,
Wait, she said that?
no, I said
Yeah, he
that.
said that. That's good.
Is that a good or a
That's
bad?
good. That's
That's
funny.
good.
I think that's funny.
What? What I didn't
No,
get-
to text her.
he's yeah.
okay. Excuse me.
He's
I'm
making
ready
an
from
excuse.
Saturday.
He's saying he's making it up. I
Obviously,
think she'd like that.
Huh?
What?
Obviously, she wasn't cute enough. You needed a real excuse.
No, he's
No, because I didn't want to.
It's funny.
Because if I just
It's
message
banter.
her, "Hey, what's up?" Well, you know,
Yeah.
I just sound like an asshole. I need something. You know,
It's
so
funny.
I messaged her that at 8:30 p.m.
Makes it sound
yesterday
like you don't
night.
have enough shows.
Yesterday night, and
3.5 hours later, you guys
no
texting
response.
him.
No
Oh well,
response.
okay. Well, maybe it wasn't that.
So what do you
Hold on. You said you didn't have anything, but you responded with the basic, "Hey," right?
3.5 hours
No,
later.
no, no. I
She
said, "Hey, do you want to
responded.
come to a show?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you want to come to a show?" Yeah. So no response. I don't know what's going on, Jimmy, with this lady.
I don't like her.
Yeah.
She's like today.
Can I
don't
play
like her.
devil's advocate for a second? I think because you took from Saturday to Monday to
Yeah.
come up with something,
You think that?
she feels
Yeah.
obligated to now wait a few hours
Yeah.
to respond.
You'll get a response.
I thought of that.
It'll
I
be
thought of
2020,
that.
but
Put your attention on another girl and then put her in the back burner.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she'll come. She'll
Well,
come down.
I'm just gonna do
She'll
the.
feel the energy. She's like, and when she asks you to do something, she's like, and make sure you tell her you're busy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm busy, but let's do it another time.
yeah, I got a set that night.
I just yeah.
Someone
She's
else-
like,
someone else is
can
coming.
I come? I'm like, sorry,
It's sold
No,
out.
you
You'll
don't
stand in the back.
Yeah, I tell you, you don't get the shows. You gotta earn shows.
Yeah.
It's like, can I
It's
come?
not free.
You're
Yeah.
taking her to shows
She's
off
like-
the bat? No.
She's like, it was on
Cover.
free mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the
You know
feelers
MSG?
shit. Yeah.
I'll be there.
Wait, Zach, what's going on with you?
Married, unemployed.
Now you
I didn't know you were married.
Yeah, I forgot my wedding ring because I rushed out. I forgot my wedding ring, my
Is that-
notebook.
You
I
look
put my
like you
underwear
can
on.
get away with forgetting your ring, though. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you look like,
Nobody's
yo, I
talking
forgot
to
my ring. Any other guy?
No, it's
that
actually-
guy forgets a ring. Murder.
It's actually great having a wedding ring because women aren't intimidated by it anymore. I get all chicks talk to me at bars all the time now
Means
because
you're
they're like,
not
"Oh,
creepy.
okay,
Somebody-
yeah."
somebody
They're like,
wants you.
Somebody, yeah. And I'm like, "Oh, it's actually I'm married to a man."
If somebody wants you, maybe you're good for me too.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they
Right,
approach,
that's
they
what
approach
it
you
is?
so much easier.
I mean, you know what? You're married. There's no obligation.
There's nothing.
No.
strings
No.
attached.
There's no
I'm
pressure.
gonna fuck him and
Yeah.
then double and not feel guilty
Yeah.
the next day.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Well,
Or just
maybe
talk
he's good for LA if he's married," and then they have sex with me, and they're like, "Oh,
Well, if he's still married,
Like, what's wrong with her? Like, she's
has she ever
crazy.
got good dick?"
It's just a band, a wedding band.
Yeah, it's just I always wear
You're
it.
talking to a child now.
It's like a rubber
It's a gold
band.
ring.
No, I was
It's
thinking
like-
maybe
I went gold.
maybe I
Traditional.
should get one
Dude,
just to wear around.
it was like $100. Yeah, who gives a shit? You could.
You can get.
You could.
You can get plastic. You can get rings at stores.
Didn't they
that
do that
really
on
that
finger?
finger.
Didn't
You know, the
they do that on
point is to
Seinfeld?
go to bars and then
Yeah.
girls like, "Oh, you're married." I'm
But
like,
they
"Ah,
don't
she passed
know.
away."
It could
No,
be
and when
fucking
you're-
plastic. They don't know.
Yeah, but when you're married too, it's an affair, which
Yeah.
sounds better
Yeah.
than cheating.
It's sexy.
Cheating, scumming. Yeah,
It's like-
if you're having an affair,
It's like getting
Yeah.
weed.
it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
got
that.
a weed guy.
Yeah.
I got
they're
a
like,
white
"Oh, it's an
chick."
affair." Like, okay, it's hotter.
Like, there's this
For the women.
powerful bond, but you're so special.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a good
If you're
chance you don't
married,
have
there's a good chance there's no
STDs.
STDs.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
you marry
I've
somebody
been
with herpes.
I've been with the same woman for 12 years.
And no STDs?
Other vaginas
They
freak
both
me out.
have herpes.
The whole idea of vagina freaks me out. Yeah, I'm like, all right,
Well,
we're
there's
both
no way he doesn't have herpes. This guy got herpes in elementary school. Just fucking.
Yeah, that's why I've been with her for 12 years. I was like, well,
Gotta get
that was
us.
it's us now.
She's like, oh, okay, that's why.
Yeah, no one-
Lock it up.
No one else wants that lumpy dick.
Yeah. Wow.
I was like, no, they all look like this.
I never
Trust
understood
me.
that. I've never had someone hit on me harder knowing I was in a relationship.
Really? It happens like that,
Yeah,
right?
it happens.
I know
It
people
happens.
cheat, but
Like,
for
like,
some
like,
reason,
like
I
I'll
don't know
date
any-
now, but if I say, hey, I'm seeing somebody, they go, it's like a
Yeah, they
switch
love you.
goes on in
See,
the universe.
everyone tells me that. I've never experienced that.
It's
I
like,
completely
really?
see the
Have you
opposite.
ever had a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Does he not know him?
No, I know him. I've been around.
It's tough.
He's the reason I got married. I was like, is this the life you gotta live? I'm packing this up. I'm proposing.
You got married young though, huh?
I got married last year, but we've been together for like 12
Oh,
years.
got it.
Yeah, but I just
you
got married
got
last year.
married later
Yeah.
than usually when people.
I just got married last May.
So how
That's
long,
crazy.
how long have you been faithful? That's the question.
Is this recording?
Yeah. She's the only one watching.
Yeah. She's at her work computer.
Yeah.
She's like,
Like,
oh,
my
really?
answer.
She's like, I'm the only one making money in the house. I'm like, yeah, you got a point.
Yeah. Wait.
Well, we'll scratch that last question. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
No, vagina's freak me out. I've always been faithful.
Oh.
She's got a vagina, though.
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
Sure.
But the idea of them just freaked me out.
Why?
So like, I couldn't be promiscuous.
They are a petri dish for disease.
Yeah.
Shut up,
Dude, no,
fucking doctor.
I'm
You're this for disease. Also, when you put your dick in,
Dude, it's nice, but it comes with certain.
Who cares?
Relationship sex is just better. You know each other's kinks. You kind of get into each other a little. I don't know.
But when you think about having sex, you don't just picture genitals. You have the person.
Oh, I picture her sister when I'm having sex.
Oh, okay. There you go.
He's not kidding, folks.
Wow.
He won't shut up about
that was too fast to be a lie. It's like, picture her sister.
No, that was a layup. We talked about that the other day.
Wow. How did I want to see a picture of her sister?
Yeah.
Fuck.
All right, relax.
I wish you would. You can't mention her. It's like, I wonder what she looks like now. Hands off. That's my jerk off motivation.
Yeah. You can't look at her. It'll ruin it for me.
You ever have that fantasy where like you're with someone or you're friends with someone and you're like, oh, we should get with your friend with their sister, so then you're like family with your good friends. Like if Sadra was married to her sister.
Actually, Sadra's sister had a big crush. Her older sister had a big crush on Sadra, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
My sister, your sister, or your
not like her name. My
sister.
wife's sister.
Yeah. You said my sister had a crush on me.
I have a crush on his sister. You should see her. You want to talk
his
about
sister?
Yeah.
No, but his sister
had a crush on you.
Their parents keep
man.
bugging them to set
Now
us
I'm
up.
to set them up.
Oh, what happened?
Now I'm going to stalk Sadra's page now. We got to see what Sadra's sister looks like.
She's not bad.
What if it looks exactly
She's also engaged. So.
Yeah.
Engaged?
That means nothing. That just
makes it harder.
Just
We just
right.
went over this. It's unfair.
Somebody likes her.
She has the same
Again,
mustache.
Same rule.
Yeah, it might just be him.
Same hairs.
Yeah, it's I just will never know that world.
What?
Cheaters
What?
attracted to whatever. Okay, so I'll give you an example. This was the wildest story. I heard about this doctor who matched. So there's a
No shit.
not a friend of mine, but someone I was a colleague of mine in medical school
Is this you?
was with. No, it's not me. Was with a girl, and they both ended up at the same hospital doing the same training program. As they're together in the same training program, one of the supervising doctors there who has a husband, starts having an affair with the guy.
Whoa.
Okay. And I'm just like, how did that conversation even come up? Hi, nice to meet you. I'll be working for you. Also, I have a wife.
Power dynamic.
It's
Also,
just
I
a
have a wife.
touch.
Also, you have a husband. Next thing you know, like,
Is it when people or it's chemicals?
It's science.
It's working around and be in a close space and it's like, yo.
No, I'm fully convinced all those situations where there's a woman who has more power, hooks up with a younger guy, or it's always like a kink. That's the kink, that they're in power and they like.
That's fine, but
know?
the fact that they were both in relationships and they both knew it,
See,
and it still happened.
He fails to realize that just because you're married doesn't mean you're having sex.
Yeah, I agree.
Financial,
absolutely.
It does not mean that the booty's good.
Yeah.
After about 2 years, all booty goes raw.
Well, and
There's
there's a lot of
Does her husband work in the hospital?
That part I don't know, but just the fact that that woman knows that this dude is here, arriving with this girl, like they know they're a package deal. They arrive together.
No, to Kevin's point, I mean, who
Doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
I
doesn't
guess
matter.
not.
Especially like if you're
He
in
knocked
close
her off,
quarters
right?
all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're not
They're
together.
in close
anymore.
quarters.
They got their little.
I just
thrill.
I'm not saying it was wrong or right or whatever. I'm just saying I can't even believe that. Like, what was the conversation like? Like, hi, nice to meet you.
Is this a bit?
No, I just
He's really pushing this.
I don't understand.
I don't have anything.
Who
funny
said
to
hi
that.
first? Who's on first?
I just don't understand how the conversation. Because I'm just telling you from my personal experience. If anyone ever finds out I have a girlfriend, the conversation is over. They're gone. They're like, okay, well, good luck to you. Bye. It's never a next step. So I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine a conversation that goes, "Hi, nice to meet you. I see you have arrived here with your girl. Also, I'm married. Would you like to go for drinks?" Like, how does it even?
What are you talking about?
Well, then it's just flirting.
Yeah,
it's just people flirting.
Yeah. He probably said something. He was like about her hair or some bullshit.
I've known a lot of.
Like, She activated.
I've known
women activate so fast.
He's like, I noticed you have large breasts.
Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah.
The secret weapon to women is attention.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who is giving it.
Yeah.
What attention?
No, they just like it, and especially if their husband's not
Yeah.
hanging out or if he's unemployed and wearing a Texas jersey.
I guess
one thing leads to another. No, I knew a guy. I knew a guy who was very high up at an old company I used to work at, Goldman Sachs. He was very high up, and he was banging some 22-year-old chick. Everybody knew it.
God bless him.
I know. Yeah, she had some big knockers.
He's high up.
He was a good-looking guy too.
Yeah.
He was in shape. He had 9 kids.
What is the point of that story?
I'm happy for him.
That's
and I know what attractive.
Let me tell you about this guy who's winning right now.
Yeah, this shit.
Now we know who his role model is.
Yeah. I was like, when I want to grow, I want to be just like you.
Let me tell you about this guy crushing life right now.
Did you get fired from Goldman?
No, I quit that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Were you dating the girl or something? Yeah.
Damn.
Were you dating that girl?
No. She was flirty though. I mean, she was asking for it.
I almost got fired today.
Asking to be.
Yeah, she was asking for it.
She's asking to be ravaged by the boss.
Yeah.
She's like, here are your documents, sir. And he's like, oh my God, come on, all right, let's go.
She was like, I've had dick in a while. I was like, well, you have a vagina. They freak me out, so I'm not gonna approach you.
Why is that frowned upon? Like why? I don't know.
It's like a power thing or something.
I think it's bad because then it's like, okay, who breaks up the relationship? It can be weird if they have power over you and they control your salary. What are you gonna do? Go afterwards and be like, hey, can I get off the 7th? They're like, no.
Yeah.
You're like, oh fuck.
He's not her boss though. He
was like top of the
She probably could have somebody else. Right?
I don't even know what her job was, to be honest.
Yeah, nobody else.
I think he just hired her.
It was just to have sex.
I call them pretty young chicks.
hooker.
These girls that I see in the morning, there's groups of people that I see on the train. There's construction workers, there's the nannies, and these cute, not white girls, but just cute little young girls going down to the World Trade Center.
Well,
They're going like this. They're like,
are you saying toddlers?
No, not toddlers. Just adorable.
They go to their little schools.
Adorable young ladies.
They're on the playground.
And they got the tight dresses and the skirts, and they work for a guy.
Listen, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but I think
that's the goal. I see that.
I never understand how when it's a sexy girl, she's a secretary at Goldman Sachs, and then she's like, I can't believe they. I'm like, you're the only hot girl in the office. Obviously, they hired you
because you're seeing it from that perspective. Yeah. She may not see that of herself.
Oh. No,
but don't you think there's smarter girls? There's always a smarter girl who's ugly.
An executive assistant reflects on the executive. Yeah, that's what they say. Mm-hmm. So, if the hotter your secretary is, the more power you have when someone walks in for a meeting.
Yeah. Because it's a power move. Because if you see her,
no, I understand why they hire him, but I'm saying. Girls should also be aware that that's part of the reason they're getting hired.
Yeah, you know what I've been thinking about too. I want to.
Wait, am I saying something crazy?
No, not yet. My argument to that was there may be a very, very gorgeous woman out there who happens to be a fantastic executive, whatever. Yeah. And in their mind, they're like, "Hey, I'm really here for my impact, not my look."
My best boss was a chick. She was great. I think women are better leaders because they have more empathy. But
he's saying specifically, depending on the hotter you are, you should know that maybe you're here for this reason, and they may not.
But part of it, of course, you have the skill set. But there's always someone uglier and smarter, right?
Sure.
No, you don't agree?
No, there's nobody uglier than me or smarter.
All right.
I don't know the answer to that.
I get what you're saying, but I think the self-awareness piece is what I'm trying to get you to understand.
No, I understand.
Yeah, they may not see that the way you see it of them.
And I think it's the same way. I don't even think it's just girls. I think it's guys too. Like at Goldman Sachs, they like good look. They don't want some weird Chinese guy being like, "Oh,
represent." Why is
Chinese?
That's like or any other race.
You know what I want to open up?
Just be some Asian.
I've never seen an ugly male assistant in my life.
Right.
I've never seen one.
He's right.
They're usually very attractive and pretty.
Yeah.
To the point they're beautiful.
Because that's kind of your job, right?
The
job is to represent.
But that's what I'm saying. Be aware of that fact.
You're saying that hey, matter of fact, be aware. But
now if you're a numbers guy, you're going to be behind a computer. Nobody gives a fuck what you look like.
You know what I think?
Not self-aware.
You know what I want to start? I want to start a strip club in Midtown where the women start off dressed like secretaries and then strip from there, as opposed to coming off looking like in bikinis. Because all day they're The Office.
What if they're always just dressed as secretaries and they never strip?
I think women in professional clothes are pretty attractive, and guys got to look at them all day with a little, skirt. They know what they're doing. So if you start there,
second Thursday of the month,
because I've been to all of them and they don't. I've done my market research.
I think it should be a women and men strippers. and you don't know who's who.
And children.
Not in the office. You love children. Don't touch me. Yeah. She's like, you want to go back to
We'll call it the
playground.
We'll call it recess.
It's nursery.
That's a club name. Recess.
Yeah, recess.
What profession is the sister-in-law? Because it sounds like a fantasy working out here. Sister-in-law is a receptionist somewhere?
Oh, no, she's
Okay.
I don't know what the hell she does.
Okay. She's a stripper.
Yeah. I'm trying to get her into the office.
Yeah. She's good. She's expensive.
Well, you're sucking a lot of money.
Yeah. I'll give you $50.
What's going on new with you? What's on your
Trying to get better at this comedy.
Still?
Yeah. Oh, I'm ramping up my podcast.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You are.
We had 4 guests on last night. It went pretty well.
Actually, way better than I thought it was.
That was fun.
Matt Summerstein came out today.
Okay.
He'll be on later today.
Nice.
I'd love to have you on if you'd like to.
I'm about to say, when's my turn?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Feel free.
What the fuck? What's it about?
Anything.
Is it about?
You should see these subjects.
You like the organic?
So
just talk.
There's no format. There's no category. I have topics.
Yeah.
But usually they're like so specific to me. I'll get guys that can be like, "Why are we talking about
this?"
this?"
He had one topic last night where he was like, "I like this comedian even though he's gay," and I was like, "What the hell is that even?"
I had a whole angle to it, but it took me about 15 minutes to get there because they kept interrupting me.
It was a weird comment. It was like, who cares if he's gay?
So it's some weird out there statements I have, and then my idea is people clearly don't think about these things the same way I do. I would love to have your take on it, for example.
Okay.
But otherwise, so for example, Matt was the first comedian I've had on there.
Dick.
And because he's been doing shows, he's actually been at this, and he's super funny.
Wow.
So I had him on, and we legit
I feel like that's your thing.
And we just talked.
Did he mention he's a doctor?
No, we didn't really talk about that stuff, but I just try to make it about the comedian. So I'm trying to get it more comedian centric and try to like boost the other comedians that are on, just to like give them a platform, because I have a fairly fast growing platform now.
And they are very mean. In the comment section.
Because your social media is amazing.
Have they talked shit about you?
Oh, nonstop.
I
did one with them. People
like, the guy on
they're like, he won't stop interrupting. He doesn't know what he's talking. One guy that cracked me up, he was like, he sounds like a guy that thinks he knows what he's talking about, but doesn't. I was like, that's a great comment.
That's true. Yeah.
I was like, I'm saying it.
It's called The Podcast.
The Podcast.
THA.
I fucking hate you. Just went straight to the top.
There's a subtitle for it called the 6D podcast. So it's a little inside joke we have where like instead of like a 3D chess move, it's like a 6D chess move because I'll come at you so weird. But it's the 6Ds. Deep, dark daydreams of a doctor digging deeper. That's my.
I like the podcast.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say doctor.
No.
I don't go by that, but yeah, it's the podcast. It's probably by Lil Wayne, and it's and so like for example with Matt there as a comedian, we just started with, hey, what's your background as a comedian, and that just organically rolled into, we talked about social media, then we talked about Game of Thrones, and then we talked about one other thing, and it just organically went from bop.
Yeah,
nice.
I like that.
Are you on all of them? Are you the sidekick? I think you'd make a great sidekick.
He would, but he wouldn't shut the fuck up. So
no, but he'll learn. He'll learn.
You got to learn.
I know. Because the good thing is he's like
outspoken.
He laughs a lot, and he's like he rips.
He's a great, as you can see by this demonstration, he's very good at this.
And just turn his mic down.
All right, we're gonna mute that.
Read a newspaper.
A spray bottle.
I just did a great stand-up set in Williamsburg at Pete's Candy Store. I don't know if you guys know it.
On Monday?
On Monday, it's a cool one because it has to be topical.
Yeah.
Which is I like more because we actually had we did a thing on the podcast about this where I get sick of doing the same jokes. He's very comfortable doing the same, like he acts like it's a play. Yeah. Where I get up there, I just like to riff.
It's a performance, so you gotta
which there's different like jokes. Styles to doing it. But that's why I like that one at Pete's Candy Store.
Can you teach me?
What? No. So what? How to get Pete's?
No. You're explaining a different style.
He's got that quick wit, which is great. But like, I can't finish a fucking sentence of my.
Anyway, I was saying
that's all it is. But yeah, if he's free and you're free, right after this,
I'm going to the game.
No, but not till 6. You said, right?
Yeah, you got time.
Yeah,
do the fucking podcast.
No, I'm not gonna do it again.
Do the podcast.
I just did it last night.
We can always do it.
Just do it tomorrow. Do it tomorrow. Actually, we got a guy filming us tomorrow from NYU.
Oh yeah, I got this kid doing a day in the life of an open micer documentary.
No way.
We're gonna.
There's so many kids at NYU that would do that shit. I don't know why.
He's like, dude, I want to film you for free. I love you. I love your stuff. And, he hates that people like me.
I do hate it. I hate it.
It bothers him.
It bothers me because I have my own channel and I have like 6 subs.
Speaking of the devil.
No, I don't. I don't really hate it. Come on. Yeah, I don't care.
No, we're friends, but it's just so funny. Anything nice that happens to me or is said about me, he's just like, oh, God, fuck.
Yeah, because I've known him for so long. I'm just like, he's not that funny.
You're a fucking hater.
He's going to take you with him, baby.
I was going to say something. I don't think he understands. I'm like,
I might make $30,000.
If you're the sidekick, you're going.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what I make it now.
You guys could be the next Kham Town.
Kham Town.
Kham Town?
What's that?
You've never heard of that?
No.
It's like the biggest podcast. Comedy podcast.
Is it the biggest? Yeah.
Okay, well, comedy.
Who's?
Okay, I think he said something else.
I thought that was the new strip club you were talking about.
Who's that?
Kham Town?
Who's that?
Kham
Town?
No, Kham Town.
Just Town.
Yeah.
So it's not comedy then?
No, it is comedy.
It better be comedy.
Right?
Can I get it?
Oh,
Can I get onto the website to work?
Nick Mullen.
That's what I'm asking.
Isn't that Robert Kelly?
Nick Mullen.
Oh, Nick Mullen.
And Steve.
I thought it was You Know What Dude is Bob Kelly, right? You Know What Dude?
Yeah,
I think that's what.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, YKW.
Yeah.
Good job.
Uh-oh,
Dead air.
Yeah.
What is the name of this podcast? It's just The People's Mic?
The People's Mic. That's it.
You do a good job here.
I do.
It's cool.
I hope so.
Yeah. It's funny, too, because
thanks to Matt and shit.
I would say, too, open mics with comedians, other comedians, are the worst because nobody really laughs at you. People are always like, ha!
Yeah.
They're like, okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, but if you
go to a bar and use that same joke where somebody's just like, ha! And you do it, people are like, oh, that's so fucking funny!
Yeah,
people are just hammered, and they don't care.
Because
I know, but that's why I hate doing
But
open mics with
it forces you to get stronger because we're desensitized to bullshit.
He made me go to a comedy show last night, and it was just like we weren't performing. We were just a regular open mic, and I was like, dude, I have to sit through this shit all the time. Like, I don't care about any of this.
You got to.
I don't know. You know who just started open mic that's actually pretty good is Bar None. You guys know that place?
They've had a
Tuesdays, yeah. Oh, so today.
Show Tuesdays?
Yeah. Have you been to that one?
Yeah, that's a rough fucking room.
Dude, I fucking love that room. Dude, I love that room.
That's good.
You just riff off them because they're a bunch of drunks.
People at bars.
I talk to people at bars.
Those are my favorite rooms.
Yeah.
Ambush.
Yeah.
Ambush.
Dude, this one guy.
But that's his style.
But they have a stage though, right?
No, you're literally in the middle of a crowd. Dude. It's like a political rally.
Wow.
It was funny because they don't really tell people it's open mic. And I was at one the other day, or like 2 weeks ago. And this guy went up, the MC, and he's trying to riff with the crowd a little bit. Yeah. And this Puerto Rican guy goes just, shut the fuck up, dude! And I was like, okay, hey, how's it going, everybody?
Wow.
Great to follow him.
Wow.
No, but I like the atmosphere. It is weird.
No,
because,
I like
turning
earning
around.
the audience, but they should also be trained to listen.
Yeah, people don't know what's an open mic. The guy's like, hey, he's like trying to talk to you. He's like, what are you watching? He's like, the Rockets.
That's not.
He's like, you're wearing a Bulls jersey. He's like, shut the fuck up. He's just like, hey.
I think that's the mark of a good comedian is can you rally people to listen to you?
It got a little awkward because the guy was Puerto Rican and huge.
But if they're not prepared, it's not comedy. Like there should be certain angles. Like if you're at a bar, the TV should be off. People should be at least face towards you. You shouldn't have to go.
You should try it. It's fun. It's a good environment. It's more of a riffing environment. Okay, sorry.
I may have done one or two bars.
Have you heard of the Creek in the
Yeah,
Cave?
never heard of
that
it.
one sucks. I fucking hate that place. I went there on Sunday though and had a pretty good section.
Yeah.
That was a good open mic, but I've been there before. My first time doing an open mic, I got kicked off Creek in the Cave for being misogynistic.
Oh yeah,
I can see that.
Also
I can see you getting kicked out of a lot of places. Like that should be your show. Zach gets kicked out.
I want to kick you out right now.
Yeah.
No, Zach's great. I like him because he's got a lot of. He would be a great sidekick, dude.
You're great.
I know, but if I tell him that, he'd be like, "Oh fuck this."
Yeah, I'm already out of it.
Oh really?
No,
Like,
I'm a contrarian by nature.
Yeah, so like if I tell him something, like, dude, you're good at this, he'd be like, fuck you. But if you tell him, he'd be like, oh, you think so?
Yeah.
I can't listen to him.
Yeah.
Listen to me. If it comes from me, he's not listening.
Yeah.
He's like,
The guy has his own condition.
I feel like that's a good thing though.
It's a
Like
good dynamic.
he doesn't always agree with you and shit. You know.
You could be a good sidekick for someone other than him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I should do it with him.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't be with him.
And I think it's good.
We don't think you should be together.
The mark of a good sidekick too is everyone shit talks him in the comment section. Like everyone hates the sidekick usually.
You should
The
see the
best
hate
part
I get.
for me is
So
how
ridiculous.
mad he gets over it too.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you read them back?
Oh, I comment back.
Oh, yeah.
I clap back. I get mad. I'm like, yo,
Clap
fuck
back?
you, dude. How much did you make last year? And they're like, well, I'm still employed. I'm like, oh, damn it. That was my best comeback.
That's all I
I
got.
lost my job.
That's all I got.
That's the only thing. You're
like,
gay.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
how much do you make?
Fuck.
I had sex with your wife. Did you pay for it? I'll work on that one.
Sometimes you got. I felt the bomb coming. I was like, maybe just let him sit in it. Let him sit in it. But they all let you sit in it too. So we're all pieces of shit.
That was a gentle bomb.
That's
Though,
a
dude.
gentle
I hang out with Miles every time there's like if there's a bomb in a set, he goes from the back of the room. He goes.
That's like,
Yeah, I know Miles.
Miles Toe.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Where did we do a set? We did,
Barna?
no, and then we went to another place afterwards, and I was too hammered to even talk.
Miles Toe was
No
today.
fun.
Or
What's that?
Miles Toe was today. Barnum was today.
No,
Tonight.
Tuesday, yeah.
It's tonight.
It's tonight. Okay. What time?
I think 9?
9, right?
Oh,
Yeah, it's a late one.
Nope. I got Jimmy's got shit to do.
I got free tickets to a show. Mark Norman's on it. A bunch of those guys. You could still get
Where?
tickets. It's at 8 at the mailroom, like on Wall
I've
Street.
been there.
Oh,
Is it good? Is it?
They shit on that room so hard. Like, this room's not made for comedy.
Oh no
I
way!
saw TJ Miller there, Tim Dillon, and a few other people.
And it wasn't
who's
good.
gay? Watch this podcast.
Are you going with the girl?
No, that's the thing I invited to her
And she said
to,
no.
and then she was like, I'm not free.
Did you invite a different girl?
No.
Take a different girl.
I'm going with my buddy.
Oh, fuck
Are
yeah.
you going to text her a link to this conversation to that girl?
You should.
Should
He's
I?
like, he's like, hey, I was on
No,
the
one
podcast.
reason I
about
feel
marriage.
thinking about you today,
So-
by the way.
We were talking about you on our podcast.
And then early on, she sees this fucking bitch. That's one thing I like about this podcast. Oh, you remember her name? This podcast is I feel comfortable talking about whoever because I know they're never going to watch
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what. You'll want his then.
That's what,
Yeah.
No, actually, his gets a bunch of views.
He gets a bunch of
It's
views.
annoying.
But I also know
He's great at social
It's
media.
so annoying. But he comments to every person too. Everybody that talks shit about me, he likes it, and he's like, "You got a point." And I'm like, "Yeah, great. It's a lot of
It's so
fun."
refreshing when someone tells him other than me.
Yeah.
What,
But that's
a dick?
this is the thing. Jimmy, you see what I'm talking about, right?
They're good.
Only he
Chemistry.
doesn't see it.
Like,
Only he.
no, but that's him not seeing it is part of it. You know, like the whole relationship. Like,
Also, my wife hates him.
you agreeing with the commenters hating on him? Like, that's the thing too. You know?
Oh yeah, it's so fucking annoying. Actually, have you guys? I do have one question for you guys because you guys have been doing this for a bit. How do you guys go about like actually getting a book spot? Because that's what I want to do at some point.
Let's not talk about this on the
Don't. We
podcast.
talked about it. We've talked about it before.
Oh,
We
you
talked
have?
about it, but
Yeah.
it's
Is it just
What?
networking?
Are you from here or you?
From Albany. I've been here about 10 years in the city.
I'll let you go, Kev. What
I'm just curious.
I mean, there's different things you can do. You can bark for a spot. You know what that is?
Is that just like going up and be like, "Hey, give me a spot, give me a spot"?
No,
give me a spot?
no. Can I get a spot? Can I get a spot?
Give me a fucking spot! I got a gun on me. Hey, go up to an MC like, "Hey, your kid's name's Brandon, right?" Yeah, I'm just curious. Is it PS 118? So I'm gonna get a spot next week, right?
That's funny.
That's hilarious. No, barking is when you stand on the.
This is like open mics. Ha! That's funny.
I should have had a 2-minute pause.
Stand up. No. Let him sit in it.
No, I
Hand out flyers.
I could see how you'd be annoying on a podcast.
Right? Can't get a word.
Barking is when you stand on a corner yelling at people, "Come to the show!" You try to sell tickets,
Oh.
and you
Yeah,
sell
5
tickets
people.
to the show.
Like
they
in
give you
Times Square
5
where they do
minutes.
that.
Guerrilla
Anywhere,
marketing.
yeah.
Guerrilla marketing. You know,
So that's one way. You can produce a show.
Times Square, have fun. Have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
You can bring your own microphone and stereo to Times Square.
I'm sorry, you were saying?
produce your own show. So like, find a club in the city and be like, "Hey, can I have a mic here or a show here?"
Tell them
every
the
month.
things that work for you.
So far, barking or like I've just gotten to know people well enough where they'll put me on their show.
So networking
Networking
is
yeah.
probably the
That's
best.
the biggest
Yeah.
thing.
Just being nice all
The
time.
main thing I tell guys to do is go on freestandupnyc.com. It's all the bar shows. All right, pick minimum 2 a night. All right, pick 2 shows. Go see the producer. You got to hit shows. You got to do the footwork.
Yeah.
You got to do that last night.
You got to meet the producers of the shows and meet the guys. Some guys you're not gonna like. Some guys you're gonna like, and then you got to listen and pay attention. All right. So there's things that happen when you go to a show. They're setting up the show. Like, hey, you need help. Number 1, you need help setting up.
Yeah.
Number 2 is who's on the show. Be like, so and so. 9 out of 10 times they'll say so and so's not here. All right, and you say, hey, is there anything I can do for that spot? And then 3 minutes. Don't say time, but say, hey, I could do your minimum time in that spot until he gets here. Third thing you do is like, how can I help you promote this show? You know, you put for a spot.
Good tip.
You know,
but you got to make a list of the producers. You got to, and then keep hitting them and keep going back.
You know, I will say I was.
Most people won't.
I was very surprised how supportive the comedy. Go ahead.
freestandupnyc.com. That's the
FreeStandUpNYC.
Yeah, this is free mics.
I go to openmic.org.
Free mics is for the open mics. Free stand up for bar.
Oh, it's for the actual
bar shows.
Oh wow, okay, I'm gonna start on that one.
Yeah, you got to go to the show.
So I tried to take him to a bar show yesterday to actually meet one of these.
I met her.
I know, but you were just bitching the whole time.
But
you said it started.
But also, you still got to network and talk to comedians because there's always new shows popping up.
I keep trying to tell him to do that.
But okay.
But again, it came from me.
I have, so I don't like it. No. But no, I am surprised. Like ever since I started doing this, how supportive a lot of the comedians in New York are.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would be like that.
Like I went to a show.
It's always been like that. I mean,
I thought people would be dicks.
What was you gonna say?
They're not.
Everyone who's really serious about the craft will always be able to lend up. Like Mr. Jimmy here.
Yeah.
He's real serious about his craft, so he's willing to gush out information.
Absolutely.
That's where you know people are serious.
If you go to another comic show, if you go to a show, they'll text you. Like I went to a show last week. He texted me, "Thank you for coming to the show." Like it's a big deal. Comics going out.
Those are the guys.
It is like a community.
Those are the guys.
But that's the way you could get on
I
the show.
do that a lot too. I attend shows that I don't even ask
Who is
for
it?
time.
Who is it?
Because it might give you time later on.
Right.
Who is
Not only that,
Chris
but you
Kazemi?
will learn
Yeah.
every time you go to a show, watching other
Bushwick
comedians
guy.
do their thing.
Say what you were gonna say. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just saying the same. I was just saying that sometimes I just go to the show just to go.
Right.
And just be supportive, like you
Be
were saying.
supportive.
Just
That's
support,
number one.
clap it up. You know, hear some jokes, get to know people.
And if it's a show you like, just say, "Hey, I was here just to support."
I saw a message on a comedy group on Facebook. It was a comedian who's in this very room right now.
Woo!
And he knows who he is. Matt Summerstein. He posted on this comedy group. He said, "Does anybody have any shows that I could come watch? I'm not even looking for a spot, just for the support."
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that comics see that and they're like, "Oh, this is a good man."
Was that sarcasm?
No, it's serious.
You can't write and not be sarcastic, though.
Okay.
I feel like, you.
It's pretty straightforward.
When you write something, be like, you guys.
Agreed to be on my podcast, and he showed up today. So,
I am. I'm pretty genuine. Like, I actually give a shit.
I think he's more genuine than sarcastic.
Thanks, man. That was a genuine post.
I know.
Is anybody else a little?
People posted their shit, and like maybe some more people came to it.
Yeah.
Facebook group or
New York comedy /sketch/improv.
Dude, I'm a little weirded out though by some comedians that are in front of me on Facebook that post their jokes on Facebook.
That's a little weird.
It's like save it for the stage.
I
don't know if they're working it. I don't know. It's your kind of
social media.
Wait, he was on the podcast
just today.
Yeah. Social media is for shut the fuck up.
Terrible.
Shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
Shut the fuck up, Jack. Shut the fuck up. You got to learn your timing. You got to learn your.
I forgot I was
flow and to share the. You gotta learn how to share.
He's like a chihuahua.
No, you will. I'm here to teach you, baby bird. Look at that. Oh shit.
Yeah, it ain't bad.
But I even forgot my thought. That's why I'm not good at this. What was I gonna say?
You were talking about social media.
Oh, that's what social media is for. Like each platform has its purpose, and I feel like Facebook, people throw their jokes on Facebook, but I think it's more to promote. All right, and it's a better stage to promote. Twitter is where you should be throwing your jokes. Instagram is where you should be throwing the visuals of what stages you're doing, who you're doing it on. YouTube is where, of course, you should throw your content.
I agree. And Twitter used to be harder when it was shorter characters.
So
you had to write a punchline. You had to do it in
absolutely. Which made you better.
So it makes it better.
I still not a fan of it, but
I'm grateful.
Yeah.
280 characters.
I wish.
I don't even know.
I wish.
Not get it done with 140.
I wish that Comedy Wire. There's a site called Comedy Wire that's made by a couple
Comedy
comics.
Wire, yeah.
I wish that got bigger. But what happened is a lot of late night shows were stealing jokes from them. And
going in that you're like,
it's free reign, but you don't realize that sometimes it's just really good and people are watching it, and then they're taking your shit. Like I saw it done really fast, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, because you know, it doesn't mean you published it.
Yeah, no, they took them like word for word. It was like, this is a great. Well, most see them on.
I used to do that a lot on Twitter. I used to pull up jokes until Comedy Central started following me. EO Online started following me.
They're looking for your shit.
Because now my one-liners were getting to the point where I started getting they started getting the following. So it's working material. But you gotta be on. Like you gotta be careful.
Well, Twitter just feels like because mostly I don't have a Twitter, so all I do is see like screenshots of Twitter on Facebook or Reddit or something. So it's like it's not an act. It's just somebody like putting out like a quick little quip about something.
Yeah.
And then so it doesn't feel like
more for news, like something that's trending or something.
But there's also like sketch. Like I post tweets in like a format of a sketch, and I've written sketches based on that little tweet, or like even shorter jokes that ended up being like premises for a longer joke. You know. So
you use it as like kind of base material.
I just make it. It forces me to write. Yeah, like base material. Yeah.
I like talking shit about companies on Twitter. like if something bad happens, like if I don't get my Samsung earbuds that you said you were gonna come free with my phone, and then no, they were like, oh, we forgot about you. But here's $130 to do what you want. Like, that's not what you said. You said you're going to give me these dope-ass earphones. I got these girls at work with the headphones. I ordered my phone before them.
Fuck. You used $130 on headphones?
I Facebook messaged.
Now I want to watch.
I Facebook messaged Blow Pop like 4 years ago because I didn't get any sour apples in the bag that I got. They sent me a whole thing of sour apples.
I love talking shit.
Yeah, I was like, hell yeah, I made it.
I got beef jerky once. I was like, this teriyaki tasted funny. And I was like, they sent me beef jerky. They was like, here's a new bag. I love talking shit. Talk shit.
That'd be a good way to go viral. Just make up some crazy shit about how your Kit Kat got stolen, and then Kit Kat sends you a bunch of shit, and they mark it for you.
We got to close this out. That's
you put a cat in a bag. What the hell is this?
You ever see the McDonald's Burger King beefs? They go back and forth.
Yeah.
McDonald's and Burger King.
I wonder how you get that job managing that joke Twitter.
It's probably somebody here.
Yeah, this is it. We got to close this out. Where can they find you?
Kev the Comic, Twitter, Instagram, no website. Don't ask me.
What's your fucking website? What are you doing?
Once I get a little more shows.
Fuck that. You got a job, right? Get your website.
I do have a job. Thank you. I just started it this Monday.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Hell yeah!
Almost got fired.
Do you have a goal? Do you set goals for every day when you go to work? Like, this is what I'm going to do.
Don't get fired.
Like why are we? Real quick, we'll close this out. Why are we going to get fired today?
Affirmations to live by.
Let's do it next podcast. I have a longer thing.
Okay. We'll to be continued. Where can they find you? Say your name. Say your whole name.
My name's Zach Benzing. You guys can find me at MSG tonight. Benzing.
Benzing.
My social security number is. I'm going to MSG tonight. That's why I'm going to text this thing.
Benzing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really have a social media thing. I have a little YouTube channel. You'll find me on his stuff.
What? Because you're his sidekick.
Yeah.
Okay. It's official. It's official. It's official.
I'm going to slowly subvert.
Greatest.
And then I'm going to take his channel.
That's it. That's a breakthrough. First step is acceptance.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm going to be a little leech.
You got
a
website? No website?
I don't have a website.
You can be seen on, what's the name of the podcast? You're going to say it twice.
The podcast.
The podcast. You're a sidekick on the podcast. Yes. Give it up for...
you can find me at my website, www.youtube.com/DrSouls11.
Also
on Instagram, DrSouls11.
Yeah.
And no Twitter, because I'm not a good writer.
That's fine. You're a great writer. You got puns.
Well, I'm more of a visual guy.
You should just put puns up all day.
Yeah, but I'm going to run out of puns.
No, you'll never run out of puns.
You don't think so?
Hell no.
He would have responded with a pun if he was good puns.
Yeah, if I had a good pun.
Fuck. What was the website?
www.instagram.com/DrSouls11. That's my website.
That's not a website.
I don't have a .com.
Fuck. Podcast?
The podcast, THA, also found on my YouTube channel.
You got a website for the podcast?
Not yet.
What the fuck?
It's all about content. I'm focusing on the content.
Get the website. That's going to go fast. As soon as you put it out there, you should snatch that shit up. I'm just trying to tell you, it's a dope pie. It's a dope name. Give it up for them one more time.
It's a lot of fun, man.
Thank you. That's what I'm here for. I do it. If you had fun, we had fun. There's another episode of People's Mic. I'm Jim Peoples. You can find it on iHeartRadio, Spotify, JimPeoples.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, J Peoples TV. We're here every day, Monday to Friday, at the world famous House Shrunken Head for the People's Mic podcast, followed by the greatest open mic on this block, the People's Mic, every day, Monday to Friday. Any comic is welcome to join the podcast. So if you're in town, come join us. See you tomorrow. Bye.
So you don't have a website?
Yeah.